Here are 74 Lego sets that are being talked about for investing and reselling. Welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics. I'm Kevin, and I am going to be telling you which of these sets I am buying and which of these sets I am passing up on. And at the end, I will give you my favorite three. This is my third video in a row talking about this 2-week update table, and that's because over 100 sets got mentions during this 2-week period, and it's a total of 261 set mentions. Obviously, the volume of discussion surrounding Lego investing is increasing right now, and that is for a couple of reasons. One, we are getting closer to the holidays, which is the best buying and selling season, and two, because we're getting closer to the end of the year when we're going to have a bunch of sets retire that we're all looking at for investing purposes. This last episode on this table will cover the bottom 74 sets. The first chunk got 2 mentions, and then the bottom approximately 50 got 1 mention. First set to dive into is 21326. The Ideas Winnie the Pooh, 2 mentions with an enthusiasm score of 3. I totally agree. Fantastic set for investing. Over 1,200 pieces for $100, so a great price point. We've been able to get it for around $80 from time to time. I built mine not too long ago. It is a great build experience. The minifigures are very well done, obviously all exclusive. The production on the minifigures was very good too, which I am certainly pleased with. If we look at this set's bets comparable, the 123 Sesame Street idea set that retired last year, we can get a gauge on how the Winnie the Pooh set is going to do. This one was $120. We were getting it for the high 90s, and it's already going for, on eBay, 190 shipped from Australia, 160, 150, a couple of these in the 180, 190 range. And again, this is only 1 year after retirement, and hold times are stretching in the 2 to 3 year range. Looking at this data and looking at how great this is, especially when we factor in that Winnie the Pooh has been around for generations and will continue to be around for a long time, this is a set that will do well with a shorter hold time, maybe in the 2 to 3 years, or if you want to hold it in the 5 to 10 year range, this set is going to get a really good return on investment. Before I move on to the next set, I want to point out on Brickset, it has a 4.5 with 265 ratings, so really good there. Next one on the table is the Horizon Forbidden West Tallneck, also an enthusiasm score of 3. I don't have it yet, but I do plan to get some. I'm just watching discounts and as it gets closer to retirement at the end of this year. But at $90 for over 1,200 pieces, it already is an excellent price point. It comes with one actual minifigure, the alloy minifigure, and this is outstanding. One of my favorite minifigures. A lot of people are saying this could be the best produced minifigure this year. I'm not a gamer myself, but I got a few friends that are, and they are telling me that there's a lot of buzz around this Lego set in the gaming universe. So when you add that up with a great price point and the great minifigure and the 4.7 rating on Brickset, I agree this one is great for investment. A couple of retiring expert modular buildings. This one is the Bookshop with an E-score of 2.5, $200 for 2,500 pieces. And then the next one is the Police Station, also an E-score of 2.5 and also $200, but 2,900 pieces. Both of these are excellently designed and detailed and should do well as an investment. Let's look on Brick Economy at the previous modular buildings. Detective's Office is up to $400 from $160. The Parisian Restaurant is over $300 from $160. And same thing with the Palace Cinema. And then we get into some of the older ones that are performing really well. The Town Hall is almost $1,000 from $200. The Grand Emporium is about $500 from $150. Oh yeah, and the Pet Shop is one that's not doing that well, only $250 from $150. The Green Grocer is in the $1,500 range. Cafe Corner is up to $3,000. So some of them are doing crazy good. And then recently retired was the Downtown Diner, already over $300. But the one that we need to keep an eye on is right here, the Corner Garage. It retired a couple of years ago and it's only up to $250. So not the best growth. And it's the most recent one to retire. So of course, everybody's asking the question, is the investment opportunity on these modular buildings starting to fizzle? I don't think yet. I mean, it's decreasing from the originals, but I don't think we're quite there yet. But of course, it will dry up someday. I'm still in favor of the Bookshop and the Police Station. The next 3 on the table are Star Wars sets, all with E-scores of 2.5, but they are relatively new, so not retiring yet. First one is this Emperor's Throne Room diorama. You've heard me talk a loud about the diorama sets. I think they're great. This one is $100, so you got to get it on discount, but we have been able to do that. I am a fan of the dioramas. Next up is this very, very new Yavin 4 Rebel Base 75365. It is $170 for 1,066 pieces. I went through this set in detail in a recent video, and I pretty much trashed it other than the very widespread of minifigures. For now, I am not looking at this set for investment purposes. And then 75369, the Boba Fett mech. This by far is the best of the three mechs. I've been perusing through Walmart and Target. There are still a lot of Darth Vader and Stormtrooper mech sets on the shelves, but the Boba Fett mech is gone. I have not seen it on the shelves other than like right when it was released. It is $16 for 155 pieces, but the star of the show on this set, of course, is the Boba Fett minifigure, which is one of the best designed minifigures in the history of Lego Star Wars sets. It's still early, but I think this one is going to do really well in retirement, but maybe the buzz is too high around this set and everybody's going to stockpile it. And then back to the last modular building that is expected to retire at the end of this year, which means we're going to have 3 retire at the end of this year, and we had none last year, so this will be a little unusual. Some people are saying maybe the police station will drop off the retirement list, but here we are with the Assembly Square. It is an enthusiasm score of 2, and that is primarily because it has been on the shelf since 2017, something like a 7-year shelf life. That does make me very nervous. I am not investing in this set unless I find a steep discount, which is unlikely, but the other 2 I am investing in. 10497, the Galaxy Explorer. This is just a beautiful set. So well done. $100 over 1,200 pieces. A 4.8 rating on Brickset with 393 ratings. But with all that said, I am not going to be investing in this one unless I find it again at the $50 price point that Walmart threw out there briefly. I did not catch it the first time. Unless you are going to get it at that same price, you're going to be starting from behind. Star Wars Imperial TIE Fighter, E-score of 2. This is a great little set, but I'm not going to be investing in it. Lego has made many of these. It's like this one and the X-Wing. Every 3-5 years they come out with a new one. And yeah, historically they've done okay, you know, a little bit of hit or miss. Feels like there's always one on the shelves. I'm just going to shy away from this. Unless, of course, it's an amazing discount. As you can see on the screen, I own 2 of them, and I got them both for $25 or $30. I want to build one myself and have the minifigures just to have it, and maybe I'll hold on to the other one for a long time. Who knows? But not something that I'm really investing in. The Mandalorian and Child Brickhead, also an E-score of 2. It's Mandalorian, super popular. It's Brickheads, super popular. Star Wars, super popular. But a lot of people really are not interested in this set, and I'm with them. It's going to have over a 3-year shelf life. 75322, the Hoth AT-ST. Another set that I'm not interested in. I keep looking, and I can't find anything that really gets me excited about this set, other than maybe it's $50 for 586 pieces. Oh yeah, this set, the Ghost and Phantom 2 75357, that is coming out very soon. Also an E-score of 2, so it's getting some mentions before it's even released. And I just don't know yet. I'm in the middle on this one. It's very expensive at $160, which means when we do find it on sale, it'll be at the retail price that it should be. So I think it's going to be a pretty high buy-in price. But the minifigures are pretty good overall. They look unique. They stand out. And if we look at the couple of previous Ghost sets, they do have good returns on investment. Ghost Microfighter from 2016 has a almost 400% growth. And then the first play scale size of this ship that came out in 2014 has a 740% growth. And I won't go into all the details in this video, but some of it has to do with certain minifigures, and we got to evaluate if any of the new minifigures are going to be super valuable. 76224, Batmobile, Batman versus the Joker Chase. $48, which seems very expensive. It's coming out soon. I'm having Batman versus Joker fatigue, so I'm not going to be looking at this set. The rest of the sets on this table that got 2 mentions have E-scores of 1.5, other than the last set, which is already creating a lot of drama that we'll get to in a second. But next up is this DuckTales Brickheads, not one that I am interested in. Now we have the Woody and Bo Peep Brickhead set, and I am a little more interested in this one. Disney-themed Brickheads typically do pretty well, and this one will pair really well with the Buzz Lightyear Brickhead that retired last year when the next animated movie in this franchise comes out. 75301, Luke's X-Wing, same comments as the TIE Fighter. 75326, Boba Fett's Throne Room, $100 for 732 pieces. but it does have 7 minifigures. Most of them are exclusive to this set. My personal reaction to this set regarding the build and the minifigures and wanting to have it for my own collection is significantly higher than most people. There's been a lot of complaining about this set, in particular the high price, but we've already seen this set heavily discounted many times. But I think there's just a lot going on that looks really good. My personal opinion for investing is about the same as everybody else. Maybe I'm a little bit higher than most. Tons of people stockpiled heavily on this set when they were able to get it at Costco for $50. I can understand why there's a lot of hesitancy with this set. Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Darth Vader, $50, which is too expensive, but we've been able to find it for $35. Only an E-score of 1.5. I think that's a little low on this set. I think this set's going to do a little better than people are thinking. I think the enthusiasm is down because when people look at this, they are just immediately writing off. They're saying, wow, I'm paying all this money for a slab of gray terrain. That's kind of boring. But there's a fair amount going on here. The fire mechanism is really good. And then it has an outstanding Darth Vader minifigure and the exclusive Ned B. The set came out last August, so it's going to have just over a year shelf life. If you can get it at a really good discount, I think there's a chance with this set. The newest architecture set, 21060, the Himeji Castle. This set is beautiful, so well done. Higher end of the architecture price range at $160, which might hurt it a little bit. And also it's in the micro scale, which will likely hurt it a little bit too, but still a really nice set. The Mandalorian crab mech. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Of course, it's the spider tank. I'm kind of kidding there because this set looks ridiculously awful. And on a recent video, somebody commented that it looks like a crab. And so I'm stealing that and I'm going to have some fun with that. But this set is a mess other than, of course, that Bo-Katan minifigure, which looks pretty good. Here's a close-up look and the hair and the face print really looks like the actor. That is well done. And then the arm printing is nice. The brick-built Chewbacca 75371. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail in this video. Check out one of my recent videos where I did talk about it. In general, from the nose down, I think it looks pretty good. I don't hate it as much as a lot of people do, but the top of the head tapering into kind of a pinhead is pretty disappointing. I'm sure we'll get lots of opportunity to talk about this set more in future videos, especially on the not top set table. The next 13 sets got one mention with an E-score of 3. Starting off with 10265, the Ford Mustang. I think these creator expert, icon, brick built sports cars and muscle cars are sleepers. They'll be a long hold time, but I think they will do well in retirement. I'm not talking about these stylized sets that don't really fit in with the cool, appealing cars like a Porsche or a Corvette. The medieval blacksmith, kind of low on the list. I mean, still an E-score of 3, but I guess only one mention in the last couple of weeks. This one is making everybody excited and will do well in retirement. 40521, Mini Disney, the Haunted House. This is kind of an interesting set. There are 3 in this series. It's going to have just over a year shelf life, $40 for 680 pieces. So there's a lot of good things about this set. I'm curious if Lego is going to make a couple more in this series. And if they do, I think they could be a pretty good investment. A little bit of a sleeper and probably a little bit slow out of the gate in retirement. One of my favorite brickheads, the Professors of Hogwarts. I know they're not the most popular or prominent Harry Potter characters, but they are critically important. They are some of the best looking and most recognizable characters that have been created in the brickheads form. I am all in on this set. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else. The Paris postcard, too small for me to look at. Some newer sets, the Disney Hocus Pocus, the Sanderson Sisters Cottage. This is a super cool set. It looks a little expensive to me at $230, but it will pair well with the blacksmith, so we just have to see how long of a shelf life it will have, but I'm excited about this one. Creator 3-in-1, the exotic pink parrot. For some reason, I want this set, and I don't really know why. There's been a little bit of buzz about the creator bird sets. Lego's come out with 4 or 5 of them recently, and some people are thinking they actually will do well in retirement, so something to keep an eye on. The Amazing Spider-Man art set, not something that I'm going to look at too much, at least for a while. There are parts of it that look good, but there are parts of it that just don't work for my eyes. 40619, the Eve and Wally brickheads. Yep, this one should do extremely well in retirement. It's only $15 for 2 brickheads. Yes, less pieces, but still a lot of people are going to see that lower price point for 2 brickheads and be excited about it. The new NASA Technic set, Mars Rover Perseverance. This set is super cool. Historically, the NASA sets do pretty well, but this one is Technic, and so it looks a little maybe too mechanical, but the vehicle is this mechanical, so it's a pretty good representation. I like it. I want one for my own collection. I do want to watch it for investment. 43212, the Disney Celebration Train. This set is $40, only 200 pieces, but 6 great minifigures. I am high on this set. Obviously, got to see how long it's going to be on the shelves for. Still a relatively new set, but there's not a lot of buzz around. I'm sure we'll be able to get it on some decent discounts. I think it can do well in retirement. Another set that I'm very excited about and talked a lot about in previous videos is this Mos Eisley Cantina. Yes, it's $400 for only 3,200 pieces, but it has 21 minifigures and it is an amazing set. We got to keep an eye on the shelf life, but I think it does well in retirement. And then the last of the Star Wars dioramas out right now is this Endor Speeder Chase. Same comments as the Emperor's Throne Room. Got to get it on sale, but it is a beautiful looking set. Now we're down to the sets that only have an E-score of 2, with this NASA Apollo 11 lunar lander that is retiring at the end of this year. Very long shelf life, but I think with a long hold time, it still does well because it is NASA, and another one that looks great. Fairgrounds collection, theme park collection, haunted house. It's super cool. It looks really expensive to me, and it's not one that I am looking at, but it might do okay after a very long hold time. The Creator 3-in-1 Downtown Noodle Shop. I definitely want one for myself, and maybe if the price was right. Some of the previous mini modules have done okay, and this one does look really good. $45 for 569 pieces, and some people have already been able to find it for $30. Also, Creator 3-in-1, the Viking Ship and the Midgard Serpent, $120 for almost 1,200 pieces. This one is a pass for me. If it was just the ship and priced for that, then maybe, but the extra value you get in the set because they added the Serpent is really not that much. Brickheads, Harry, Hermione, Ron, and Hagrid. Yes, it's Brickheads. Yes, it's Harry Potter, so it'll probably do okay, but I'm passing on this one. It's just a little too plain. Chip and Dale, these two characters are adorable in Brickheads form. I'm sure they'll do so, but I'm not overly excited about this one. Ooh, this Hedwig set. This one I am excited about. Yes, it will have a 3+ year shelf life, but it is a Barnes & Noble exclusive, and the mechanism for the wings flapping is great. Dumbledore's Fox is already doing well. They have the Hungarian Horntail set to complement it. I definitely hope to get more of these. Thor's Hammer 76209. Not one that I'm picking up yet, but I can see people saying that this one will do well in retirement just because it's different. It's a standout. And for what it is, it's really well designed and constructed. Hogwarts Courtyard Sirius's Rescue, $50 for 345 pieces. Not one that I am looking at. And now the newer sets that got one mention with an enthusiasm score of 2. First is the Tranquil Garden, $110, over 1,300 pieces. This set is amazing looking. I want one for myself. The fact that each tree element can be pulled out and moved around to different locations on this display piece is really well done. But for investment purposes, we have to see how long of a shelf life it's going to have, because this looks similar to the Botanicals. Those have done really well for Lego and they've had very long shelf lives. The non-pink exotic parrot is on this list, and for some reason I don't want that one. I'm not sure why I wanted one but not the other. The Creator Main Street 31141. It's a decent looking set. I would probably enjoy having it and building it, but I don't think it's going to be one of the few Creator sets that will do well in retirement at the end of this year. The Creative Space roller coaster to go with the previous Pirate roller coaster. I don't think it'll be that profitable. I love this set. I want one. All of the space details are really well done. What a great playset. We have the Pirate one too, and we love it. The Tusken Raider Brickheads, one mention with an E-score of 2. Probably will do the Brickhead Star Wars standard in retirement, but we got to see if it's actually going to retire at the end of 2024. Now on to the new theme, Dreams. This is 71457, the Pegasus Flying Horse. I talked a lot about the Dreams sets in a video not too long ago. It reminds me a lot of the Elves theme that we all love. We would all love to have it come back, and a lot of those sets are doing really well. I think some of these are going to be sleepers and do at least okay. Of the group, this is one that I am interested in. Really nice color combination and scheme on the Pegasus, and then the minifigures look super cool and the little side build looks nice. Also from Dreams, 71459, the stable of dream creatures. This is another one that I think will do quite well because that horse type creature looks amazing, and then all of the foliage on this stable looks great. Mr. Oz's Space Bus, also from Dreams. I'm not as excited about this one. And then the last one from Dreams is the Nightmare Shark Ship, and this one looks super cool. It is $140, so maybe a little bit of a challenge in retirement, but it is a super cool looking set. The ATTE Walker had tons of buzz when it came out because of the minifigures, but it seems like the buzz is cooling right now. 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Clone Troopers typically do decent. This one is probably good enough to do okay. The Captain Rex helmet looks great. I'm excited for it in retirement. Same thing with the Commander Cody helmet, and same thing with the Princess Leia Boushh helmet. All three of them got one mention with an E score of 2. The Executor Super Star Destroyer, kind of the midi model. This is the first that Lego's come out with in this scale in a while. It sounds like they're going to come out with more. I think they're going to go the way of the helmets, and I expect this one to be very popular. It looks fantastic. It displays well. $70 for 630 pieces. 76266, the Endgame Final Battle. Pretty good minifigures, but I'm not that excited about it for investment. It did just come out. The Hungarian Horntail, I touched on this earlier, and I think this set is amazing. It's going to have about a 1.5 year shelf life. Pairs well with the other two. I'm excited about it. The Micro Scale Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. I really don't know what to think of this set yet. I'm sure it'll have a long shelf life, so we'll have to keep an eye on it, but it's not something I'm focusing in on yet. All right, the last 11 sets on the table all got one mention with an E score of 1, and I am not picking up any of them for investment. First is the Colosseum, amazing museum piece. Next up is 10289, the Bird of Paradise, the first in the Botanicals line that is expected to retire. It's a great looking set. The pickup truck, I just don't like the shaping and the look of it for me. The Friends Apartment, I'm not picking up the sitcom sets at this point. 10293, Santa's Visit. The Opportunity on Christmas set seems to has all but evaporated. The AT-AT, Lego will make another one after this one retires. 75335, BD1, kind of cool looking. This Audi RSQ e-tron, the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. Lastly are the two remaining Star Wars mechs, the Darth Vader mech. This one is a travesty, and this one I think is actually super cool, the Stormtrooper mech. We made it through all 74 sets, a lot of really good ones and a few duds, but now for my top 3. In third place is this Professors of Hogwarts Brickheads. In second place is the Ideas Medieval Blacksmith, and in first place is the Ideas Winnie the Pooh. And all I can say about these sets is when you go look at the history and return on investment of similar sets, all data points to these being hugely successful in retirement. Thanks for watching. That's a wrap on this video, and I will see you in the next one.